what's up guys? Okay, in this video we are going to talk about how to get your ideas into one place where you can kind of ingest it. Sometimes, I don't know how busy you guys are, like you come up with an idea, or sometimes you have 5 minutes to play guitar before you're gonna go somewhere. Like, oh wow, that's really cool. Like I never, whatever the case, you're like, you know what I mean? You're just like, oh, that sounds pretty cool, but I gotta go to school, I gotta go to work, I gotta go to a meeting, I gotta go wherever, it doesn't really matter. So it's a very simple thing. Have you guys heard of the Voice Memos? Here, hold on. I don't know what's going to focus. The Voice Memos app. I know that it's a really silly idea to think, okay, Vaughn, like everybody knows about the Voice Memos app. So whether you're on iOS or if you're on Android, I'm sure they have some sort of voice recorder, in the App Store or the Google Play Store or things like that. It really doesn't matter what you use. I personally use this one because it's easy. Apple does have like a more complicated one, and I say complicated meaning it is complicated / it has a lot of features. So but today we're just talking about the Voice Memos app. If you're just wanting to just get an idea down, you don't want to fiddle with all these buttons and like, oh, where is this and how do I do that and things like that. So I suggest putting the Voice Memos app in your home screen or in a folder in your home screen or somewhere you're going to remember it, or you can just, how you just toggle, swipe down, search Voice Memos app. I suggest putting it in front of your face. That way you don't have to feel like, out of sight, out of mind is a real thing. So if you have it in front of you, and then, if I have it in front of me, I'm gonna go, oh, it's right here, boom. But anything can happen. Anything could be like, oh, you gotta go, or something comes up, or you get distracted, whatever. I mean, you know how it is. So if you know that you're in the zone and you're creating something, I would say just record the whole thing. If you have enough space on your phone, which audio files don't take up that much space. If you recorded like 20 minutes, it probably still wouldn't, it's only gonna eat up little megabytes when you've got hundreds of gigabytes on here. So I suggest getting as maximum of gigabytes on your phone as possible, as much as you can afford. That's the whole idea of today's video, is just another tool to help us create, because that's kind of what the phase that I'm in right now. That's the phase that probably a lot of you are in, is how do I get these ideas? And then what's cool is this. I just figured this out right before I made this video. I just realized, maybe you guys probably knew it all along, is that when you're in your Voice Memos app, sorry, I'm looking down. When you're in your Voice Memos app, there is 3 little dots right there, which signifies some sort of a menu, right? And then it says share. So I'm gonna click share, and then obviously you can share it to someone, or you can put it in various apps. And I think one really cool app is putting it in your Notes app. So putting it in your Notes app, whatever folder. I made a music folder. I would suggest making a song ideas folder, or whatever. I don't know. If you don't have a lot of folders, it doesn't matter. And then I'm gonna put it in there. And so what's cool, let's see if I remember where I put it. Yes, okay. So now it's called Awesome Song. But what's cool is now I can just go under here and maybe write some lyrics. So that's the epiphany that I had, or the discovery that I had, was you can just write some lyrics. So as you're playing, you can be like, oh, the sunshine is so bright today, and the wind is blowing so perfectly through the sky. Whatever, doesn't matter. That was so horrible, but you get the point. Hopefully you won't be as horrible as I. That in itself took 2 steps. Okay, so 3 steps. Click the dots, click share, click the notes, clicked OK, and now I have a place where I can listen to the music, and it has like a little thing right here where you can take the music back. So you can be like, oh, I'm gonna scrub forward, I'm gonna scrub, you know what scrubbing is, right? Scrubbing forward, reverse, with your finger and just moving it over. So that way, if you're like, okay, now it doesn't have a loop function, so but this is simplicity. Again, features equals complication. You have to learn how to do it. I can do it on my recording apparatus, recording apparatus. It's called a DAW, you know, but for those people who don't know it, I mean, I'm sure anyone who's watching this knows that it's called a DAW, so I'm just gonna call it a DAW. Digital audio workstation. Digital audio workstation. That just sounds so formal and technical. I don't like it. I'm not gonna call it DAW. I'm just gonna say, in my recording program. Horrible, I know, horrible. Cut, read. I can do that. I can loop it in there, but then that would take turning on the computer, turning on the speakers. You know the whole setup. Launching the program, going to the song, click create, click new track, enable track. Oh, you gotta get the microphone out. So you just see what I'm saying? Like, there's a time and a place for that. But if you're just like wanting to just get your ideas down, that's what this video is about. That's what this video is about, getting your ideas down. Now you have a place where you can write lyrics. If you don't write lyrics, hey, you can write notes. Maybe you can write notes about how you want the music to sound. You know, what kind of guitar. It really doesn't matter. You can use your notes, just like your notes app. All the functions in your notes app, you can use it. Now you have the music file right there. Anyways, I hope this video was useful for you, because I'm gonna start using this, because I just re-found it out, even though I have tons of songs on here that I have actually created from here into my DAW. Tons and tons of songs throughout the years, so I'm rediscovering that this is a handy tool to help, you know, facilitate creating music. Like I said, everything's in our lives are going 1,000 miles an hour. You have to grab at something that's easy and simple so that you can digest it. It'll help you create, instead of just being, you know, so inundated with, oh, maybe I should start here, and what if oh, that's not complete, and maybe you know, everyone goes through that. So, and that contributes to getting uninspired. It's too difficult. Oh, it's too much time. I don't have enough time. Anyways, hope you guys had value in this. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. I'm gonna say it at the end of every video. I know it's annoying when people say like, subscribe, comment. You know, sometimes when I'm watching a video and someone says, hey, if you liked what I had to say, like, I'm like, oh, okay, sure, I'll like. Or maybe I'll make a comment because I want to add to my 2 cents. Whether my 2 cents is heard or not, it doesn't matter. It makes me feel better that I actually, you know, put out my 2 cents. Anyways, alright guys, I'll catch you on the next one.